Here we are, once again, NEC Motorcycle Live 2022. So why am I here for the third show in a row? Well, it turns out that more of you thought I was less shite than shite. So you only have yourselves to blame. I'm here to review the show again, or do as best I can. So I'm gonna try and do it a little bit different this year, but I'm gonna try and do one overall video of the show. I'm gonna do a second video concentrating more on adventure bike. Third video, if I get round to it. If you don't see part 3, you'll know I didn't get around to it, but I'm going to, oh, this is hard, I'm gonna try and do a video on electric bikes. I know, I am a petrol head. I am a dyed-in-the-world petrol head. I will always, lucky enough, I'm of an age, I'm old enough that by the time they finally take all our petrol bikes away, I'll be dead, so I won't give up. So anyway, we're gonna start off now. I do have limited time. I'm gonna start off here at the Suzuki stand. And the biggest news for Suzuki is the, not the 1000, the GSX 8S. Now, I saw the pictures of this, and I thought, bloody hell, that looks good. That looks great. And there are a lot of bikes on the market now adopting this parallel twin configuration. And why not? There's a great, good thumpy motors. It's all the power that you need. And they're in a nice enough agile frame that you're gonna have some serious crack on the roads with them. I've said it before, if you've watched any of my other videos, big bikes, we really don't need 200 horsepower on the road. So anyway, I was looking forward to seeing this bike, but you have to be honest, the looks are a little bit challenging, more challenging than I thought in the flesh. We don't have prices on it yet, they're to be confirmed, but I'm guessing, I don't know, 7-8 grand, you know, it's kind of the market. They're about 80 brake horsepower. Now it's going to be going up against another new contender in the market, the Hornet 750. Now the Hornet 750 does beat it on power, it's at 91 horsepower, which I think, hold on there now, 83 horsepower. But as I said, it's a twin. They have a white one and a blue one here. I don't know. I mean, I've no doubt they're going to be fun to ride. The looks, maybe they'll grow on me. They're different, they're distinctive. You have all the range of the other, oh yeah, they do have the same engine in the V-Stroms. So they've got the two V-Stroms, the 1050 and the 800. I think the 800 is definitely going to be the pick of the bunch. But again, we'll talk about that in the adventure bike segment. One bone I do have to pick with Suzuki is the death of the, hands together please everyone, the death of the Gixxer 1000. Wrong, I don't know what is wrong. So there's no 600, no Gixxer 600, there's no Gixxer 750, that was gone. But to get rid of the Gixxer 1000, it's an iconic bike. The whole Gixxer name is an iconic bike. I raced the Gixxer 1000 K6 for years and years and years. I still actually have now an old Bimota SP6R, which has the old GSXR 1100 engine in it. So I feel a bit of an affinity with the GSXR brand, but it's gone, no more. Blame Euro regulations or whatever it is, but there's no more Gixxer 1000s in Suzuki. You can get them overseas. You go to America, you can get the Gixxer 600, the 750 and the 1000. That's Gixxer 750 you can still buy brand new, but alas, here in the UK, no, you can't, or Ireland for that matter. Sorry, I'm saying UK because we're in Birmingham. So yeah, if you want a Hayabusa, knock yourself out. V-Stroms, yeah, the 800s, and they have the SV650s. Yeah, it's a bit sad really. I don't really know what more to say. We'll come back about the V-Strom 850, 800. I am interested in that. This GSX 800, I'm feeling a little bit deflated. Am I sounding a bit deflated here? I should, because I'm sad. I love my Gixxer. So here we are at Honda, the best-selling motorcycle manufacturer on the planet. Everything from the C50s and C90s up to the Blade, and that's it. So Honda, thank you very much, good night. Obviously I'm more than that. Honda, okay, so we have the Blades again. The superbike market has gone weird. It has gone weird, with Suzuki pulling out altogether with no more Gixxers of any kind. The CBR 600 went a long time ago. The Yamaha R6 went a long time ago. Kawasaki still makes the 1000 and the 636, or the ZX6R, but they don't seem to be as committed as they used to be. You know, Honda has been very mixed bag in regard to their superbike, how would you say, performance this year. World Superbikes, MotoGP, British Superbikes came second with their own man Glenn Irwin. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. Do great on the roads. I mean, No, actually, no, they don't. They're not even doing that great on the roads either. BMW's doing great on the roads. So I don't know. Honda, you're either a Honda man or a Honda woman, sorry, a Honda person, Honda gender neutral individual, or you're not. And if you are, nothing else is going to come in the way of a Honda. I've had Honda since I was going to say, since I was a nipper. But my first bike was a Honda. My first big bike. I've had everything from CBX 750s to CBR 600s to VFR 750s. I actually still have a Honda VTR 1000 Firestorm, which I bought brand new in '98, and I still have it. Hasn't been ridden in a while, worth feck all, but I still have it anyway. So what more do we have to say here? Well, the biggest news from Honda is the Hornet, the new Hornet. I had to think there for a second. The new Hornet 750. It has about 91 horsepower. It's not a bad looking bike. It's actually a good looking bike. There's a lot of this mid-range naked bikes now. It seems to be on trend now. Everyone seems to be we're no getting the midweight super bike or super sport class is gone. So everyone's on parallel twins from 600 to 700 or 750cc. 6 to 800, no, sorry. I'm correcting myself. Up to 800cc if you're talking about the Suzuki. I don't know why I'm pointing over there. That is the Suzuki stand. You know I'm professional. You know I script all this beforehand. Can you tell? You can tell that. So the Hornet 750 is a great looking bike, and they're using that engine in the Transalp 750, which, as you'll see, I'll talk about in the adventure bike segment. But other than that, Honda's Honda. The blades haven't really changed. They're still a fair bit of money as well. The SP over there, or the anniversary, it's the 30th anniversary. 30th anniversary? I remember the 30th anniversary being unveiled last year, and I thought they were supposed to be limited edition. Have they not sold them all yet? Something you're trying to tell us there, Honda. But it's 24 sterling. It's a fair amount of money, and I don't know, a lot of us, we're still led by our egos, and if you're going to spend 24,000, there's a lot of bikes for similar money which have a bit more cachet, should I say. I mean, elephant in the room is the BMW S1000RR, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. It's very hard to move past that with its carbon wheels and go for a Fireblade. But anyway, as I said, if you're going for a blade, nothing else will do. I like the Hornet. The Hornet looks a great looking bike. Seems a cracking price. Is it $7,000? I think I saw it around 6,995. I think that's a fantastic price. I honestly think that is a brilliant, brilliant price for what is a great bike for 91 horsepower, which looks great as well. So other than that, so what more do you want me to say? There's CRFs. Oh yeah, the gold rings. I tried to, there was no getting into the gold ring section. I tried to put the camera above, but yeah, these lads were older than my dad. My dad's dead. So yeah, I left their sharpish. They were going to hit me with their walking sticks or their Zimmer frames or something like that. Sorry, gold ring riders, but you are ancient. Dislike, thumbs down, thumbs down. Actually, what do I care? Anyone who rides a gold ring isn't going to be on the fucking internet. Screw them. So Royal Enfield, if you have heard me or watched any of my previous videos from the last two shows, you'll know I'm a massive fan of Royal Enfield, even though I've never ridden one. But that's about to change, because all goes to plan. In 2 weeks' time, I'll be riding a GT650, I think it's the GT650 Continental in Lanzarote. Yes, that's the plan. So hopefully I'm finally going to have a video review of Royal Enfield. I love them, I love the style. This stand every year is just getting bigger and bigger. The personalization available for these bikes. I mean, you're open to your own imagination of how people are customizing their own bikes, and Royal Enfield is embracing it. There are so many more new models here. You have the Royal Enfield, the Scrambler 450s, the Meteor 300s, or 300 or 350s, and this is the Super Meteor 650. This isn't released yet, and there is no price. This will be the most expensive Royal Enfield that they make. It looks fantastic. Just the craftsmanship, the quality. Sorry, the quality every year just seems to be tighter and tighter for a bike that, you know, is made in India. Well, dismiss that at your own peril, because these bikes look great. They look fantastically well built. This looks amazing. It's going to be the most expensive one out there, Royal Enfield they make. But even saying that, it's still only going to be in around £7,500. That's inside information. Seriously. So there's still a bargain, not bargain. but it's a bargain price, not bargain basement, it's a bargain price. I really love them. I love the style. I love the image of it. These are bikes that you just know on a good sunny day, not having to worry about getting your knee down or hitting apexes and getting a speeding ticket or hitting a sheep. You're going to enjoy yourself on one of these. So hopefully in 2 weeks' time, I'll be riding one. So in about 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks, hopefully I'll upload a video of me actually finally road testing a Royal Enfield. But you've seen my last two video reviews, show reviews on the NEC, on this Motorcycle Live, and every time I come to Royal Enfield, I love it. So I'm slobbering on. I am rushing on here. I am aware of that. I have 50 minutes to go, and I still have so many more bikes to talk about. I was going to say shite to talk. I'm gone. I'm done. Royal Enfield. Give them a ride. Give them a look. Why not? They look fantastic. So CCM, once again, if you've seen any of my previous videos on the NEC Motorcycle Live Show, you know I have an awful lot of time for these bikes. They look superb. The engineering on it, just the attention to detail, it's beautiful craftsmanship, and I'm a massive fan. If you don't know the brand, CCM, they seem to have kind of a standard frame and engine. It's their own engine, 650cc engine. But it's their own, they keep the standard frame and engine, but then they kind of tweak everything else. So they have like a bobber style or a tracker style or a scrambler style, and do like limited editions of each one's. Now, generally speaking, they're more kind of color schemes than anything else, but they all look fantastic. And in my opinion as well, great pricing. They're starting off in and around £10,000. Now you can hit the accessories page and start adding on to that. Start taping up your exhaust or start putting bags on and watch the bill get even higher. But even starting at that price, they're fantastic. Now there is a titanium version there, which is £30,000. Okay, sorry, I lie. £29,990. That's a serious amount of Ellie, and probably for the connoisseur of CCMs. It's all titanium frame, it just looks divine. But other than that, that's it. Oh, and one thing, and I know this for a fact, is that they just don't depreciate. They retain so much of their value, because earlier on this year, I generally did start looking into getting one. So I went on, you go on the usual websites, more than one apply, and the cheapest I could find second-hand was still around £8,500 sterling for one that was 3 years old. So they're dropping absolutely nothing. And why should they? Because they're fantastic looking bikes. So they're a great investment. You know, you're not going to lose much bugger all money on it. Spec it wisely. You're going to have lots of fun miles for. Oh, I'm talking gibberish. I am really running out of time here. And again, as you know, there's no script. I'm making this up as I go along. CCMs, fantastic. I love them. Go have a look at them. Oh yeah, that was another reason why I didn't I didn't even price them new, but they have, as far as servicing is concerned, they actually can be corrected. I'm willing to admit if I'm wrong, but from what I gather, they actually send out a mechanic to you. They'll service at your place of work, place where you live, etc. Which doesn't do me much good living in Ireland, because they don't have a dealership in Ireland. So I'm sure maybe they have a solution for it. I don't know. I didn't speak to anyone about it, so you know. Maybe I should have found out that information beforehand, because they may well have an Irish mechanic resident ready to do that. It just proves I'm talking out me hole. Sorry, CCMs, I love them. I'm going to jog on. Good luck now. So Kawasaki, what can I say about Kawasaki? We have the ZX-10R. No RR here this year. Not doing too great anymore. They're kind of slipping down since Johnny Ray. 2 years in a row now, he hasn't won it. Lost out to Toprak last year, lost out to Batista this year, so lost out to Yamaha last year and Ducati this year. And where else? Well, they're not in MotoGP. And BSB, I think they may have come fourth. Who was it? Came Rory Skinner? I could well be mistaken on that one. Who was riding Kawasaki and came fourth place in the BSB. I'm open to correction on that. Again, they seem to be moving away. I'm guessing there's a 600 around somewhere. Maybe there isn't. There's these SXs, the ZH2s. 3 years ago at the 2019 show, yeah, I upset a few people by saying that they looked like scrunched up pieces of paper. They look like scrunched up pieces of paper. I'm sorry, I'm a big Kawasaki fan. I have a ZX636, a ZX6R race bike, track bike. I used to race ZX6Rs back in the pre-97 days. I have a soft spot for Kawasaki, but there's nothing really here that kind of, you know, jugs me bones anymore. These seem to be well priced. That's going for it, like 17.5 to 18.5 grand. I don't know what's 203 horsepower. It's there somewhere. You can sense the enthusiasm draining from my maximum power. Yeah, 203 PS. They have EV bikes. They're bringing them out, electric bikes. The retro bikes look great. What else is there? Supercharged bikes. They're mad supercharged bikes. They're still here and they're mad. And if you're into bmotors, although there's no bmotor stand here, Kawasaki now owns 49% of bmotor, and they're two mad bikes. They have the KB X, I don't know what the number is, the KB, that has the SX engine in it. Oh no, that has the H2 engine in it. I'm really milking this now, aren't I? And the Tezzy 1D, I think, that has the one that, you know, they look interesting in Kawasaki, really do. I don't know. Kawasaki, we'll look at the Versus bikes in the adventure bike video segment. They're off-road bikes. And I'm losing time here. I'm sorry. Kawasaki, if you're into them, you're into them. They're still green and go fast. Anything supercharged is all good. Bye now. So BSA, they were unveiled here last year for the first time. Now they had no prices on them last year. They're very interesting looking bikes. They're good looking bikes. Now I'm going to be wrong here. I'm going to be mistaken here. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, mate. BSA, made in India or China? India. India. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll fire away. So there you go. Made in India.
By 29-year-old.
By 29-year-old.
Yeah, there's two lads in our starting department. 29-year-old called Alex, and they kind of like a fabricator called Jordan. 27. They built that in 3 months.
27. Fantastic.
Concept bike.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So there you have it. It's a great bit of inside information there. So this is kind of a concept bike. The man said they're from their factory, a 27-year-old and a 29-year-old, their designer and fabricator. Looks amazing. There's no prices on it yet. Like I said, so they're made in India. We knew last year they had no prices on it, and it was hard to kind of make a guess. I kind of, trying to hedge my bets here, it kind of, looking at it, feeling it, you kind of knew it was, they were well built, it looked decent, you know, paintwork looked good, but there was certain, you knew that the componentry wasn't high spec. So it was kind of hard to make a guess of what sort of a price, because I thought, okay, if you're comparing it to like a Royal Enfield or something like that, you're thinking maybe 6-7 grand. But like with BSA, are they going to try and milk the name? And you know, could it be around 9-10? So I did say, if I thought it was going to be any more than 995, I'd be very surprised. Well, I did them an injustice, because they're starting off at around 7 grand. 6.8 plus £300 on the road costs, what they're saying. It's about 7,100, which is great. They're a 650 twin, making about 44, 45 horsepower. It's more than enough for these types of bikes. I mean, I have an old Triumph 650, 1971 Triumph Bonneville, and I love riding that bike. It's a 650, and it also makes about 44 horsepower, so a lot of progress in 50 years. But it's a different way of riding. Again, it's like the Royal Enfield, which I mentioned earlier. It's a car you don't have to stress about trying to set lap times. It's the sun is out, open face helmet, you know, just get out and enjoy yourself. So great pricing, fair play to you BSA, you've nailed it on the pricing. This looks fantastic. The other bikes look great. A lot of customization again, the same with the Royal Enfield. And I am really enjoying this market. Don't get me wrong, I love my 200 horsepower sport bikes, super bikes. I just can't get out of it yet. I still think I'm young enough to put my leg over one. So while I'm still young enough to put my leg over one, I'm still going to ride them. But I do appreciate these bikes as well. You don't need to ride like a hooligan every single day of the week. So yeah, BSA, fair play, lovely looking bikes and a great price. In my opinion, great price. Love to drive one of these or ride one of these in the new year. Got to see if they have any dealers in Ireland. Here we are on the Yamaha stand. I'm really stressing for time here now, so I'm sorry that this video is a lot more rushed than the last two, but I'm trying to get as much in as I can. So we're here at Yamaha with the R1M. Looks gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. They've had this out a little while now, and it still looks stunning in my eyes. There's very little very little to compete with it. The S1000 RR and the Panigale, I suppose, of the Japanese bikes, to me, is by far and away the best. They're all about 200 and something horsepower. Don't be looking up my arse now. 200 horsepower. This is the R1M, and it is in and around 24.5 grand. It's a lot of money if you're still under the, that Japanese bikes seem to be, or have to be, cheaper than their European equivalents. Well, that's gone out of the way a long, long time ago. The Blade SP, the Kawasaki ZX-10RR, they're all, we'll say no more about the Suzuki, but this is worth every penny in it. And they are still nailing it in the race series. So in MotoGP, okay, second this year in, thanks to Ducati, but Top Rack won it last year. British Superbikes, Bradley Ray, fantastic performance. And what else am I talking about? MotoGP, second again. Hold on a second, I'm getting a mind fart here. I'd have time to, I would press pause, go look it up and kind of say, oh yeah, and then come back and say, oh yeah, Yamaha came second in the MotoGP behind Ducati. Maybe they did, I don't know. I'm really spoofing this, more saliva. I'm really spoofing it, but they're still on the world stage. They can still cut it on the sports bikes. We have R3, the R7. R7 is a very interesting bike, again with that parallel twin, the same engine that's in the Tenere 700, and I rode the Tenere 700 earlier on this year, and it's a lovely engine. We'll talk about that when I'm talking about the adventure bikes. But everyone raves about it, all the reviews rave about the R7, that okay, it's only got 70 horsepower, it's not going to be enough to pull the skin of a rice pudding, but I don't know, on the twisty enough circuit, the twisty enough roads, that's more than, it certainly wasn't underpowered in the Tenere 700. I certainly wasn't hounding for more power. So it's a great engine. I'd love to see it in the R7. Other than that, you have all the, the MTs, they're big on the MTs. I know there's more bikes, they're retro bikes. There's the Yamaha Nikon, less said about that, the better. I know I'm missing out, but I'm running out of time. I'm sorry, this is the most rushed. This is probably the worst review of the NEC bike show you'll have seen yet on YouTube. I should give this shite up. Maybe I won't be back for 2023. Right, good luck now. Yamaha, bye-bye. Okay, so here we are on the Ducati stand. As anyone who knows me knows, I am a bit of a Ducati fanboy. I've had Ducatis for over 20 years now. So yeah, you're going to expect me to say nothing but lovely things about these bikes. And whether you are and you aren't. So, okay, we have the Street Fighter V4S. Now, when these came out, I thought they were revolting. I thought the wings were excessive, but in this color, it looks damn good. This is 23,000 pounds and 208 horsepower. A lot of horsepower. This is the V2 in green. I've never seen this color before in a Ducati. It's about 16 grand. It's all a bike you're ever going to need on the road. You don't need over 200 horsepower, and you've heard me say that before. That bad boy up there is the Lamborghini version. STO, it's a collaboration. Well, they're all owned by the same company. They're all sold out. It's 56,000 pounds. 56,000 pounds. But regardless, it's all sold out. We have the V4S over there. V4S, we all know about it. It's not the V4S that we care about though, because we know which one we're more interested about. V4S came out last year. It's 200 and something horsepower. It's about 27 grand. It's kicking ass in all the bike tests, in all the group tests. But the one that we got all the headlines for the 240 horsepower bike. 240. Well, that 240 does not come cheap because it's coming in at 39,000. But hold on a second here. That 39,000 pounds does not give you the full shebang, the full 240. You only get a measly 217. So everyone makes 217 horsepower. Now, if you to get the full 240, you need to spend another 6,500 pounds sterling on the Akrapovic exhaust system. And then there's another little map, and I think there's a different type of oil or something like that, but then that gets you up to the full 240. And you know what? If you're going to be spending 38, 39 grand on it, on the R, you've no choice in the matter but spend the extra 6.5 grand. Because could you imagine pulling up at your local coffee shop and saying, oh yeah, Me and my new V4R, don't you know? Yes, yes, it's gorgeous, the pinnacle. And your man saying, yeah, that's not the one with the 240. That doesn't make 240. Well, no, it still makes it. Ah, yeah. You couldn't afford the exhaust system, could you not? Ah, well, maybe next year. You'd be mortified. You'd have to spend the full whack. So, unbelievable looking bike. As for the other ones, the Scramblers, the V2, you know, Diavels, less said about them the better. And of course the Multistradas and the Desert X. We're going to talk about that in my adventure bike part. But Ducatis are Ducatis. Oh yeah, they have the new Monster, that SP. I think it looks really nice. It's only going to correct me about 939cc. So I thought it was a 1200 because an SP, I thought it was naturally going to be the 1200cc engine, but it's not. So it's not a huge amount of power, but it looks fantastic. I'm really running out of time here, but that's Ducati. On to something else. I don't know where I'm going next. Langen, chat in a bit. Okay, KTM, I'm going to have to really keep this quick because they're after signaling the 5 minutes and that's it. This has been the worst. I am so sorry. KTM, you know I'm a big fan of KTM. Earlier on this year I actually went out and bought a KTM Super Duke 990 just for the sheer crack of it. There's nothing really extra from last year. They have the new 8C. Oh God, all sold out. I think they're around £33,000. Why will you not? We said this last year. Well, I did anyway. Why not make a more budget-friendly one and let us race about on it? But no, the 1290 Super Dukes, I love them. They're great bikes, great engines. I test rode the CF Moto MT800 last year, earlier on this year in Greece, and that has the KTM 790 engine in it. Fun enough, in January, this January, next in a couple of months, hopefully, all going to plan, I'll be test riding a KTM 1290 GT, Adventure GT in Tenerife. Hopefully. They're great bikes. I love them. I'm running out of time. I'm so sorry. This is the worst review video yet. I understand that, but I'll put some lovely background footage. I just can't really talk anything. I might do you know what? I might do some, voiceover. That's it. Yeah, if there's voiceover going, you realise I have just been kicked out. So KTM, fantastic. And thank you so much there, Gary. You're doing a sterling job there. Absolutely fantastic. Well done. Anyway, you feckin' idiot. So KTMs, I've already spoken about the 8C, that gorgeous bike. I'm not going to speak about it again. But as far as the road bikes are concerned, they're as bad as Triumph and BMW, nearly as bad as Triumph and BMW. So KTM is trying to fill every feckin' niche going. So the road bikes, you have the 390 Duke, the 790 Duke, the 890 Duke, the 890 Duke R, the 890 Duke GP, the 1290 Super Duke R, the 1290 Super Duke R Evo, and the 1290 Super Duke RR. Sweet divine Jesus, and they range from £5,149 for the 390 all the way up to £21,499 for the 1290 Super Duke RR. That's if you can get one, because they're all feckin' sold out. And if you are getting a Super Duke R or R Evo or RR, then you're going to have to spend more money on the Akrapovic exhaust system. Now, a mate of mine, Johnny, has one. He has a Super Duke R and he has an Evo on the way. And he has the exhaust system on it. And oh, mother... it is one of the most gorgeous exhaust systems I've ever seen on any bike ever in my life. It's absolutely stunning, and he's getting it transferred onto the Evo. But it's an awesome bike. It is a track bike. It's a track bike without a fairing. I don't understand why KTM will not put fairings. Make a proper race bikes. I mean, you won the Moto2 World Championship last year. Brad Binder came 6th in the Riders MotoGP. KTM, you came 4th in the Constructors' Championship in the MotoGP, and you weren't that far behind Yamaha or Aprilia. So why didn't you just get a KTM? Not the feckin' stunning, the RC8, the 34 grand one. Stick some fairings on the 890 Duke R. There you go, and be happy in that, and we'll be grand. Right, I'm talking gibberish. Anyway, that's the voiceover because I'm an ass. And I told you this was probably the worst review video of this show. And I wasn't lying. So keep it country. Take it easy. Love you loads. Bye-bye. Okay, we're on the Triumph stand, and if you know me, you also know I am a bit of a Triumph fanboy. I currently have 2, used to have 3. Had to get rid of my 675 race bike. Anyway, I'm running out of time. 765. stunning, stunning, stunning. Now they have the new 765Rs, or the RSs. I'm going to have to come back to that because I'm running out of time. And they are basically the bikes that's running in the super sport category, you know, where they've increased the engine size, where they have the V2s and the 765s, but they're unfaired. Stick a fairing on it. Just stick a fairing on it, Triumph. You've basically just got a track bike without a fairing on it. So stick a fairing on it. We'll pay the extra money. They're glorious. The Speed Triple RSs, 765 RSs. I'm going to do voiceover again. I'm going to pull up my jeans, and this time I'm just going to go to the background footage and do a voiceover. So yes, thank you, Gary, once again for that great introduction, for a great job. You really are excelling at this work. Okay, listen, I'm going to make it kind of quickish. Going back to the street triples, the 765s, you have the R, the RS, and this new Moto 2 special edition. They're only making 765 of them. They're starting off at around £9,500 for the R, and that's with 118 horsepower. Going up to the RS, which is 11.3 with 128 horsepower, and the Moto 2 Special Edition then, which is 13.8. So basically, they're asking you for £1,500 over and above the RS for Ollins front and some carbon bits and a paint job. Yeah, if it was me, I don't know, 1,500 quid is an awful lot of money. I'd stick with the RS. It's the same engine, and the Showa big piston forks ain't bad. Other bikes that we have there, the Speed Triple, the Speed Triple 1200 RS, it's around 15.5 grand, and the Speed Triple 1200 RR with that kind of bikini fairing, it's coming in just under 18,000. They do have a James Bond special edition of this. I think it costs £245,000. Or some shit like that. I have no idea how much they are, but it doesn't matter because they're all sold out, so we don't have to care about that. Now the RR, if you followed, I think it's Michael Mann from Motorcycle News, he had one of these as a long-termer and didn't like it. Didn't like the RR. That's kind of upsetting for me because, you know, as I said before, I am a Triumph fanboy. If you watch my video from last year, you'll know that I was a bit, I wasn't overly enamored about the looks anyway. But there's kind of a mixed long-term ownership on that. Other than that, you have the modern classic range. Everything from the Bonnevilles to the Bobbers, the Speedmaster to the Scramblers, and the Speed Twins to the Thruxton RS. Now, the Thruxton RS, I think, is absolutely gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it. It's around £13,500. Effing gorgeous. I'd be very, very... I could find any amount of reasons to go for one of them. And I also think the Bobber in black, all black Bobber, looks kick-ass as well. And then obviously the Rocket 3. The Rocket 3, it should be committed. It's nuts. It has no place on these roads. And I feckin' desperately want one. Unreal. I think that's... the Trident 660. 7,700, I think, £7,700. This is obviously going to have some competition coming out now with the Honda's new Hornet 750 and the Suzuki GSX 8S. Now, it's a bit down on power because it only makes about 80 horsepower compared to the 82 of the Suzuki and the 90 from the Hornet, and they're both going to be cheaper. So, I don't know, if you're in the market for a Trident, you may not even be thinking about a Japanese bike, but I don't know. I love Trident. I love Triumphs, but that Honda Hornet 750, I still could well be tempted by one of the other two due to the price. And that's it. Hopefully, I've made a bit more sense on this. I shall jog on to wherever the hell it is I'm going next. I don't even know. Even though I'm sitting here on my couch talking into a microphone, I'm still winging it. Take it easy. Good luck now. Probably my bike of the show, coming from a Ducati man. BMW have just baited it out of the park. This is stunning. £36,000 for this. If you're asking me, worth every penny. Oh my God, I don't think I've seen a bike with more carbon than this. 212 horsepower, carbon everything. Just, I want to lick it. And this, the M1000R, 25 grand I think on that. And for a naked bike, that's stunning. I actually don't even mind the wings on it. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. BMW have been nailing it with their S1000RRs anyway. When they renewed it in 2019 with the carbon wheels, and I think at the time it was like £19,500. They just nailed it, absolutely nailed it, and and they still have them. I mean, it's still cheap as chips. The Sport is over there. They're still, for what you're getting, it's still incredible pricing. They don't seem to be doing it great on the racing circuit. World Superbike and British Superbikes, they don't seem to be anywhere. Although Isle of Man TT, the main man, Peter Hickman, is all-time world records. Well, beating records left, right, and centre. But stunning. Oh my God! I know the show is over. They've already called it. I don't care. I love this bike. Oh. Yes, and thanks once again, Gary, for that beautiful introduction there to nothing. Is anyone still listening to this? Anyone still watching? Yeah? Feckin' Egypt, have you got no lives? Right, listen. Okay, I'm going to make this kind of quickie. So what I should have been talking about a bit more is the standard S1000RR. That sounds like a bit stupid saying standard, but I suppose next to the M1000, I think anything is standard. So the S1000RR is starting off at £17,150 with about 210 horsepower. That, to me, is a ridiculous price. That is such a deal. I don't know how, when you compare what else is out there, especially, and I hate saying this because I know it's going to upset a few people, the Japanese manufacturers, that's so much bike for the money. And even if you go for the extras, to me, okay, you can go for the M package, which is £21,630. That comes with the carbon wheels and the paint scheme and this and that and everything else. To me, I wouldn't bother with the M package. I'm not really worried about that color. I like black. They have the black version. To me, if it was my money, I'd be going for the all black, the stealth black with the carbon wheels. I'd get the dynamic and the performance packages and the titanium exhaust. You see, I've already been on to the configurator to work these out, so you don't have to. So anyway, that little lot, carbon wheels, titanium exhaust, all comes to $24,720. That's $3,000 cheaper than a standard Panigale V4S. And sweet Jesus, wouldn't I love to see a track test of those two together? But I mean, for $24,720 with carbon wheels and the titanium exhaust, and I cannot see anything else out in the market that's going to come close to it. Other than that, you have, just like Triumph, they're covering every niche. You have all their, what they call it, cruisers, the R90s, and a whole heap of the R18s. And I tell you what, you look at that feckin' R18 transcontinental monster, I don't even know what to call it, behemoth monstrosity. Well, all I can say is, clearly the Germans still have a feckin' sense of humour. And, oh, Jesus. And that's it. Obviously, the off-road bikes, I'll talk about that now in the off-road adventure bike section. But, oh yeah, they have an electric bike. Bye now. Okay, I honestly am waiting for security to come and grab me and kick me out of here. It is now 8 minutes past 5, closed 8 minutes ago. But how could I leave without coming to look and caress this bike? If you watched last year's video, you saw me nearly getting man jiggy with it, and it still looks utterly divine. 45 grand, worth every penny. Again, Jesus, if you're wealthy, you're doing well between that M1000RR and this, and feckin' and Langens. It's just, so we have this, the V4R, V4 SV. We have the cafe races, which are now covered. The new 981s. If you're following the old Norton story, Norton now is under good financial backing. Well, we hope so, and we assume so. The names that's been bandied around, they're not like your old fella. We're not going to mention his name from years ago. They do seem to be on good financial footing now, and even they're doing so well that even all the orders that were cancelled and lost and the deposits were taken and the customers thought they were going to lose their bikes, the new owners are actually building their bikes to order, so fair play to them. But these are stunning works of art. I'm going to do a voiceover on this because I'm out of here now. I'm being kicked out. This has been the worst review video yet, and I am aware of that, and I do apologize. Voiceover. So I do another dance. I'm fading out now. I'm moonwalking out of shot. I'm moonwalking out of shot. I'm moonwalking out of shot. So there bread and butter bikes, for want of a better term. God, it sounds wrong, but you know what I mean, is the Commando, the 961, the SP, and the 961 CR. Fundamentally, the only differences between the two is the handlebars. Yeah, I kid you not. I think I'm 99% sure it's just a difference in handlebars. Now, the pricing. This is interesting to me. The SP is starting off at £16,500, and the CR, the Cafe Racer, is a pound under 17, so 16,999. Making around 77 horsepower and 60 pound-foot of torque. Not exactly the lightest bikes on the planet. They're about 230 kilos, so 77 horsepower and 60 foot-pound of torque, pushing it around. It's going to be a leisurely ride. As far as the V4 SV is concerned, if I hadn't said it already, it's 185 horsepower. It's their own 1200cc V4 engine. The frame, as you've seen, is glorious, hand-welded aluminium, and it's carbon everywhere. The V4 CR, the Cafe Racer, is still a prototype. It was a prototype last year, lads. I mean, come on, seriously, will you just feckin' build the thing? And, you know, Jesus Christ, it's gorgeous. 2 years in a row now it's been a prototype. What are you waiting for? And that is that. Norton has, apparently they've got plans on hitting every segment of the market as time goes on. But, you know, as long as TVS keeps pumping in the moolah, that's all that matters. You know, we want to see more Nortons coming on stream, and we'll not mention that feckin' Ghana bloke name ever again. No, never. That's it. He's done. He's history. Good luck. So, I'm out of here. Good luck now. Bye-bye. Take it easy. Okay, I'm officially the last person here in the show. Langen, I couldn't leave without saying hello to Langen again. They were unveiled last year. They just had the one bike here last year. It's a stroker, two-stroke, but it is gorgeous. These are actually customer bikes. They're 3 customer bikes. They're making 100 and that's it. They've already made and sold 80. I think the last 20 are being made, and every single one has got little tweaks according to what the customer's looking for. They're utterly divine. They're absolutely gorgeous. So once this 100 is gone, that's it. Now they are fundamentally an engineering firm, and I've heard that what they're doing next is they're working on a 4-stroke, because these aren't Euro compliant and they don't really give a monkeys, because all 100 are gone in the UK. But they did tell me that they are working on a 4-stroke bike. So this one that they're going to hope will be EU or European compliant, that they can expand the bike and expand the name, because they are gorgeous pieces of work. Not overly expensive. I think they're around 26,000 pounds. Hold on one second. This is how professional I am. What's the price? 25, 26? About 25, 26 grand? 34. I'm talking out me feckin' hoop. 34 grand. Still doesn't detract from the fact that they are amazing looking machines. Where the hell did I come up with 25, 26 grand from? You know, I'm a feckin' professional, that I researched all this shite before I start talking. But anyway, it's still important to come and have a look at them. They're fantastic. Hopefully next year they might unveil the 4-stroke. I am out of here. Tempo, even the staff are feckin' leaving. I'm gone. NEC 2022 was a feckin' disaster. But listen, I'm on my own. I'm one bloke with a camera phone and a stupid mic. So hopefully it wasn't too bad. And I'll do loads of voiceover. And, you know, if you don't like it, any complaints, send me a postcard and I'll give you your money back. There you go. And everyone else. Say goodbye now. Bye. Bye-bye.